Hello and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're journeying into the misty, shadow-laden heart of England, a land steeped in history, where every ancient stone and gnarled tree seems to whisper tales from a forgotten time. We often think of England as a place of rolling green hills, quaint villages, and royal pageantry. But beneath that charming surface lies a darker, more unsettling world of folklore. These aren't the sanitized fairy tales you heard as a child. These are the stories that were once told around flickering fires, warnings passed down through generations to keep people safe from the things that lurk in the dark. So, dim the lights, get comfortable, and prepare to unearth the English folklore that will truly haunt your dreams. Let's begin our journey in the desolate, windswept marshes and fens of East Anglia. Here, a terrifying creature is said to roam, a harbinger of doom known as Black Shuck. Imagine you're walking a lonely coastal path as dusk settles. A thick fog rolls in from the sea, muffling all sound. Suddenly, you hear it, the heavy padding of enormous paws on the wet ground. Through the mist, you see a pair of glowing red eyes, burning like hot coals. A gigantic black dog, as large as a calf, is staring right at you. This is Black Shuck. The most famous account of this spectral hound comes from the year 1577. On August 4th, during a violent thunderstorm, Black Shuck is said to have burst through the doors of the Holy Trinity Church in Blythburgh. With a deafening roar, it raced down the aisle, killing a man and a boy before causing the church steeple to collapse. As it fled, it left scorching claw marks on the church's north door, marks that are still visible to this day. Seeing Black Shuck is considered a terrible omen. Legend says that if you meet him, you will die within the year. He's a silent hunter, a phantom of the coast, forever patrolling his territory. Is he a guardian of the underworld, or simply a lost soul? No one knows for sure, but the stories of his blazing eyes continue to terrify those who walk the lonely paths of eastern England after dark. From the coastal marshes, we move inland to the tranquil rivers and streams that crisscross the English countryside. But don't be fooled by their serene beauty, for beneath the shimmering surface lurks a malevolent spirit known as Jenny Greenteeth. She's a river hag with long, stringy green hair like pondweed, sharp, pointed teeth, and skin the color of murky water. She hides among the duckweed and reeds, her long, bony arms ready to snatch anyone who strays too close to the water's edge. Jenny Greenteeth is a cautionary tale, a story parents would tell their children to keep them away from dangerous waters. They'd say, "Don't play near the river, or Jenny Greenteeth will pull you under." She embodies the very real dangers of deep, still water, the sudden drop-offs, the unseen currents, the entangling weeds. She preys on the unwary, dragging them down to her watery lair to be devoured. The bubbles that rise to the surface are said to be the last breaths of her victims. So the next time you see a seemingly peaceful pond covered in a blanket of green, remember who might be waiting just below. Jenny Greenteeth is a chilling reminder that nature's beauty often conceals a deadly peril. Now, let's venture into the forests, to the ancient woodlands that hold secrets older than history itself. Here we find the woodwoes, or the wild man of the woods. Unlike the purely malevolent creatures we've met so far, the woodwoes is more complex. He is a figure covered from head to toe in shaggy hair, often depicted carrying a heavy club. He represents the untamed wilderness, the raw, primal nature that exists beyond the boundaries of civilization. In some tales, the woodwoes is a fearsome giant, a territorial guardian of the forest who will crush any trespasser. He is the reason you feel watched when you're deep in the woods, the source of that snapped twig just out of sight. However, in other stories, he is a gentler, more misunderstood figure. He is sometimes seen as a protector of the forest's animals, a solitary being who simply wishes to be left alone. Think of him as the original embodiment of man versus nature. He is what humanity was before towns, before farms, before we tried to tame the world around us. In medieval art, he's often shown fighting knights, symbolizing the conflict between the wild and the civilized. The woodwose is a powerful symbol of our own forgotten wildness, a reminder of a time when the forest was a place of both profound danger and deep magic. Our next stop takes us to the windswept moorlands of the north, a landscape of stark, lonely beauty and, of course, hidden horrors. On these moors, you might encounter a will-o'-the-wisp. Picture this: you are lost on the moor at night, cold and disoriented. In the distance, you see a faint, flickering light, like a lantern. Hopeful for rescue, you head towards it. But as you get closer, it dances away, leading you further and further into the treacherous bog. This mysterious light is the will-o'-the-wisp, also known as jack-o'-lantern. It's a phantom light that appears over swamps and marshes. Folklore offers many explanations for this phenomenon. Some say they are the souls of the dead, cursed to wander the earth. Others believe they are mischievous fairies or goblins, taking delight in leading travelers to their doom. They lure you off the safe path, deeper into the mire, until you are hopelessly lost and sink into the cold, peaty water. Scientifically, these lights are likely caused by the combustion of swamp gases. But where's the fun in that? The will-o'-the-wisp is the embodiment of false hope, a beautiful, ethereal light that promises safety, but delivers only death. It's a chilling lesson. On the lonely moors, not all that glimmers is gold. No tour of English folklore would be complete without mentioning the little folk, the fae. But forget the tiny, sparkly-winged fairies of modern stories. The original fae of English folklore were something else entirely. They were powerful, unpredictable, and often dangerous beings from another world that exists parallel to our own. One of the most feared aspects of the fae is their penchant for stealing human children and leaving a changeling in their place. A changeling is a fae creature, often an old, sickly one, magically disguised to look like the stolen baby. The human parents would notice their once healthy child becoming ill, constantly crying and strangely wise beyond its years. The changeling would drain the family of its resources and happiness. The stolen human child, meanwhile, would be taken to the fairy realm to serve the fae or to infuse their dying race with new blood. It was a terrifying concept for parents in a time of high infant mortality. A sudden illness or developmental issue in a child could be explained away as the work of fairies. There were various cruel methods believed to reveal a changeling, many of which are too disturbing to detail. This belief in changelings speaks to a deep-seated fear of loss and the unexplainable, turning a family's deepest joy into a source of profound dread. Finally, let's talk about the boggart. This is a creature that feels much closer to home. In fact, it might be in your home right now. A boggart is a type of household spirit, but not a helpful one like a brownie. Boggarts are malicious and chaotic. They sour the milk, make objects disappear, and pull on your blankets as you sleep. You might hear strange whispers, footsteps in an empty hallway, or find your possessions inexplicably moved. At first, it's just annoying, but a boggart's mischief can escalate. They are shapeshifters, and their true form is rarely seen. They thrive on the fear and disorder they create. If a family moves house to escape a boggart, it's said the creature will often follow them, sometimes even hiding in their packing boxes. The boggart represents the unease we sometimes feel in our own homes, the sense that something is not quite right. It's the personification of domestic chaos, a gremlin in the works that turns the safest place you know into a source of anxiety and fear. Unlike many other creatures, you can't simply run from a boggart. It's attached to the family, not the place. From spectral hounds and river hags to wild men and child-stealing fairies, English folklore is a rich tapestry woven with our deepest fears. These stories were more than just entertainment. They were warnings, explanations for a world that was often harsh and unforgiving. They explained why you shouldn't wander alone at night, why you must respect the water and the woods, and why you should be wary of things that seem too good to be true. These tales have endured for centuries, passed down through generations, their power to unnerve us remaining just as potent today. They remind us that even in the most familiar landscapes, shadows can fall, and old dark things can stir. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the dark heart of English folklore. Which of these tales did you find the most terrifying? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration of the eerie and the unexplained, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the shadows. Until next time, stay curious and maybe keep a light on.